Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you an easy and affordable way on how I improved my video quality from that to this to this. Right, so let's get started. Right, so why am I making this video? I feel like quite a lot of people want to start creating content and I do recommend it. It's really fun, but most people are under the assumption that you need an expensive video camera in order to improve your video quality. And that's actually further from the truth today, right? Most people have a pretty decent smartphone. Mine isn't the newest by any means. It's a Samsung S20 FE. I think it's like 4 or 5 years old now. But it has decent cameras on there, and all I'm doing is I'm using software to make it into a webcam, and then I've bought some lights that I feel add a bit of ambience, and then I'm using a bit more software in order to sharpen the video quality and blur the background, right? So everything in my setup, excluding my smartphone, probably cost between 50 to 70 pounds in total. As you can see, it isn't an expensive setup at all, and I'm actually going to go through all the items individually, and I'm going to show you the effect that it has, so you can see if it's actually worth getting for yourself, right? Because there could be parts that you can skimp out on, because you might have some stuff in your house. Half the stuff I've got in my setup is stuff from my university days. I am just reusing them. Everything that I'm using will be in the link down below in the description. If you guys do find this video helpful, I'd appreciate if you can leave a like, and let's get into it. Okay, so the first upgrade that I recommend you make to your setup is actually purchasing a copy of IvCam, right? So this is the software that actually allows you to use your smartphone as a webcam on your PC, and I'm actually going to show you the raw quality of that right now. Okay, so everything that you see here right now is coming straight from my phone, and that's including the video and audio, right? So this is coming straight from the IvCam plugin. This is the one that lets your phone turn into a webcam or video source for your videos. And I mean, the audio, it's about an arm's length away, so this is what you can see. You do pick up some background noise. I'm sure you can hear like my PC fans in the background and also typing, but in terms of a single biggest purchase, I mean, this one seems pretty decent. So as you saw from the recording, the video quality improved greatly, right? The mic can use a bit of work, and I'll get into that in a bit, but in terms of just upgrading your video, this is the best thing you can do. In terms of the pricing, it's $13 for 1 year or $26 for a permanent license. I think it's an absolute steal in terms of how much you can just increase your quality if you've got a smartphone. Okay, so let's talk about recording with IvCam, right? Right now I'm recording on my phone, and this is what I see on my desktop because I'm seeing the live preview. This is the IvCam software. I'm recording in 1080p, and the watermark's removed because it's a pro version, right? And the best thing about this software is that I can actually control the quality on my phone and other effects straight from my PC, right? So when I go to settings here, I can adjust, say, stuff like the brightness here or the exposure. As you can see, this is normally stuff that you'd see when you interact with the camera on your phone. I can, of course, zoom in, or, well, that was quite a big zoom, so I'm just going to put that back. And then I can, of course, control things like brightness or focus. I can flip the camera, just say if you preferred that in your recording software. Flip it this way, whatever reason. And then because your smartphone probably does have multiple cameras, right, especially if it's quite modern, I can flip the cameras. So right now, look at this. I'm looking at the selfie camera, which is the other side of my recording. This is the ultra wide camera. I mean, you can even see Bob there in my room. But because modern smartphones do have quite a few cameras, you can adjust this stuff. And like I said, you can do the zoom for this part. It totally makes sense. And then, of course, I can switch it back to my normal recording camera, right? So as you can see, this gives you a lot of options that you can play with. And you're going to find quite a few things that are going to be best for your setup, right? And the best thing about this is that once you go to your recording software, so let's say I'm on OBS here, all I can do is my video capture. If I go here, it shows up just like a webcam, right? Like any other device. In terms of device, it shows up as E2E IvCam software. So then you can plug it in OBS or any other software on Teams or whatever, and there you go. And remember, this is all in wired mode. When I show you the wireless mode, in terms of when you can start putting your phone anywhere else and you can start playing with the settings, you can get some really cool angles, right? Right now, I do prefer working in wired mode just because I do like having my device plugged in so the battery doesn't die in terms of when I'm recording, right? So now let's look at the wireless mode. Okay, so another cool thing that IvCam can do is it can actually connect wirelessly, right? So if you're on the same Wi-Fi here, so this is between my computer and my phone, as you can see, no wires are connected between it, but I've got a code on my phone. If I enter it on my PC and I press OK, I can actually connect between the two, all right? And that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Obviously, I've read it out for security purposes, but let me just hit OK. And as you can see, we're connecting here, right? So now if I turn this around, look at that. That's me. I can now see myself wirelessly through this phone. So this is an example in terms of how you can use IvCam, right, in terms of wireless mode. I have no idea why you do this, but as you can see, my phone's on top of my door, just using a normal mount from Amazon, which I'll link as well. But yeah, as you can see, IvCam works perfectly on wireless mode, right? So here I am on my PC. I've got my microphone actually linked to my PC. I'm recording on OBS, just the camera's really far away on wireless mode, and this is how you can see how it looks like, right? You can, of course, go into like the zoom mode and all that stuff there, which I'll try to look at now. Let's see how well the zoom works over here. So I mean, it's working. Obviously the quality is going to decrease the more you zoom in, but overall, in terms of what you're paying for and what you get in terms of how much versatility it has, look at that. Pretty decent if you ask me. Okay, quick side note, there's actually two ways you can purchase IvCam, right? The first one is on your phone, and that means you're going to have an unlimited license on any PCs that you connect it to. The other way is actually purchasing a PC license, and that means any number of phones that you connect, they're going to have the unlimited license, right? So see which one's better for you. Are you more likely to plug in more phones, or are you more likely to upgrade your phone but keep the PC the same? So just letting you guys know that. Okay, so another fundamental upgrade that I done to improve my content quality is of course fixing the mic issue, right? So as you can see here, this £9 mic, look how decent it sounds compared to the one that's used on my phone and webcam. I mean, the audio, it's about an arm's length away, so this is what you can see. You do pick up some background noise. I'm sure you can hear like my PC fans in the background and also typing. This isn't the most expensive mic in the world. I'm sure there's much better ones there in case you want to invest, but for £9, I mean, look how much better it sounds. And the fact is that I can actually just clip this on and then I can carry on my videos, right? So in terms of essential upgrades, the video quality, I definitely recommend IvCam. And in terms of a mic, like I said, this is just an example in terms of I didn't need to spend 20 or 30 pounds. Like, that's not even that much, but a £9 mic works, and look how much of a difference it makes, right? This is the one I used. You definitely have a few other ones here. In terms of audio, this is make or break for some people, right? So say if you're a faceless channel, or say if you're going to create videos that can be minimized, some people definitely prioritize audio over video. So like I said, this £9 is also another easy win. These are incremental steps that are just going to make your content quality increase by quite a bit. And one thing I want to make clear is that I don't think you should not make your YouTube videos because you're not happy with your audio quality or video quality, right? One of my first videos that I made hit 97,000 views on this channel, and it had over 2,000 likes, and it was using the webcam quality that I showed you at the beginning of the video, right? So it is possible to get a decent sized video out there on YouTube. Obviously, I am more proud of my videos when they have, you know, quality like this. I have improved them. I think even my viewers are more happy with them, but I mean, that's just something that can improve the quality. The main thing is that you're uploading and that you're consistent with it. Don't let this be a factor that stops you from creating your YouTube videos. Right, so now we're going to be looking at the additional things if in case you want to improve your video quality even more. This isn't the necessities. The last two are the things that I definitely recommend you should get. However, if you do have the budget and you do want to carry on improving your video quality, I will definitely look into this stuff, since I think it just makes it a bit nicer, and overall it does make it easier when you're recording. So I'll see you on the other side of the camera. Okay, so this is the other side of the camera, right? So this is what I normally see when I'm recording. This is my setup. As you can see, I've got my two monitors here. And the main thing that I want to show you is that this is the phone that I'm using to record with, right? And then all I've done is I've got this cheap tripod from Amazon, and it really has been a lifesaver whenever I'm recording, right? So as you can see here, it's really like adaptable in terms of, say if I want to go lower or higher, it is adapting to my face. As you can see, and then this thing you can of course tilt to whatever angle you want, and it does go quite high, right? So it is a lot harder for me to control with one hand, but I have made it to the shortest legs. I will show you how high it goes in a bit, but this thing has been a really good investment just because it works so well with any phone. It kind of snaps into it, your different phone sizes. So I just take it off, and this thing will obviously expand as a clamp, but it is really adaptable, right? Same thing with this light. This light I had from my student days. It's like a white light, so as you can see in my room, the light's quite yellow. This one's white, so that I can adjust it to 3 different modes. You know, it just gives a nice fill light on my face, but then as you can see, I can move it as I need, right? So really good just for adjusting the light with the camera as well. Speaking of lights, one other thing that I have are these LED lights, right? This I'm still using from my student days, so these have lasted like 5 years. But this is what gives the blue tint in my videos. This one makes it really cool. Like I said, I'm just using a lot of stuff from when I was a student. These things don't cost a lot, but these things really do add in terms of, you know, the atmosphere in the video. And then if I go here, this is a sunlight alarm clock. If you're from the UK, you probably seen one of these. It just mimics sunlight in winter. It's just a really bright orange light for you. So when I turn off my main light here, as you can see, right, this is the orange light. As you can see, I position it next to the wall so it bounces off. There we go. Nice blue lights. And then if I go to my IvCam here. Okay, so here we are when we start adding the things together, right? So first of all, I'm just going to show you that highlight light. So I'm just going to turn it on now. And overall, I think that's just pretty bright in general. I'm not a fan of that, so I just turn it down by 1. There we go. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add my blue lights around the room. So I'm just going to put that one on there and there on the side. There we go. We can see we've got a bit of a blue tint. And the last thing that I'm going to do is show you the Philips sunlight alarm, right? That's what gives me the orange glow in the background. As you can see, it looks pretty nice against the wall. It glows quite a bit. Why is that? Because if I move my chair, I kind of push it right against the wall so it kind of bounces off that, and then it gives this kind of glow effect, right? And that's essentially all it is. So you can see how much this stuff adds and makes a difference. Okay, so here's a tripod that I'm going to show you, right? I think it was like 15 or 20 quid, but I'm going to show you how adaptable it is. So here, you can move anything around for your smartphone, the one that it's clamped to. So here you can move that there. That will of course snap to any smartphone. And then over here, this is the size, this is what I use on my desktop. So there, that's going to fit on your desktop perfectly fine. Then it's compact, and I'm quite tall, right? So I'm going to show you how much this extends. So all you have to do is just open it there and start extending them. Then you can start locking them into place. So I'm just going to extend all the legs here. And look, I'm pretty tall, but that's a pretty decent mount, especially with what you can connect on it, right? So over here, I've got the second phone, so I can literally just expand it there, put it into place, lock it, all that. Now look, I've got that there, or I've got it that way. Either way, like, you can use it for whichever thing you want, and then you can start adjusting the angle or whatever, or even like, I don't know, coming up this way, right? So you have a lot of stuff that you can just lock it into place with. So there you go, I've tightened all this stuff so my phone's locked into place, right? Like, for 15 or 20 quid, look how good this is. You're not going to get anything better in terms of starting recording videos for the quality you're getting with IvCam and these mounts. Like, it's just not an expensive setup at all in comparison to what people spend on video cameras. And look how much you can do with the mounts and IvCam, right? Like, it's definitely secure enough, and you can start recording your videos. Like, great deal. So another cool thing that I recommend that I've shown you in the door example when it comes to wireless recording is these kind of phone mounts, right? So these are like these adaptable like tripod mounts that are really useful for smartphones. You can adjust them to any shape that you want, so you can actually like hook onto an object. Like I said before, you can do it on door frame. That's the example I done, or you can just use this as like a small portable tripod, right? Best thing about this is the fact that it adapts to any other phone because it extends to it. You can of course move the angle on it. Like I said, it's really adaptable. The other thing is that you can actually purchase something like this one. This one is longer than this one by quite a bit. The only thing is though is that this one isn't as secure in terms of so this one can bend, but it isn't as secure as hooking it on places as this one, because this one with its rigid shape, it really will like grab onto anything, and it does make a massive difference. So that's maybe an alternative to your tripod or something else if you want to get it. Like I said, you can decide if you need this or not, but if you want to do some really cool wireless shots with IvCam, I would recommend one of these, specifically this one. It is a bit more expensive, but I mean, I trust it to like hold like my £500 phone up there, right? So that's something that I'd recommend. This one maybe not as much, because like even though it can bend, this thing isn't gonna hook a lot on an edge compared to that one, right? So just so you guys know. And in case you were curious, right, look, so that's the mount that I had on my desk, and then that's that tripod that I had. It's just on the back of my monitors, so I'm also holding it up that way as well. So you can use whatever you want. And I'm sure most of you guessed it, but the one other thing that I use in terms of improving my video quality is of course Nvidia Broadcast, right? So this is a software that I think if you have a laptop that was purchased quite recently, anything that has a 2000 series card or above, and it's of course Nvidia, this is going to use software that's going to improve the video quality for you, right? So as you can see here, all I have to do is just open up Nvidia Broadcast. And now over here, I go to my camera tab, right? And over here for my camera source, I'm choosing IvCam. And then over here, I've added effects, right? So the biggest one that I do is background blur. So if I go to my OBS now, I'm just going to show you this here. This is, of course, something that's put on my software. So here's the actual camera that I'm recording with this video. If I activate background blur on this now, it's going to push it to the software that I recorded video with, right? So look how much of a difference that makes. Like, to me, that is absolutely insane. Like, it, even though it's given a background blur, it's also made the video quality a little bit sharper, and this is something that just highlights it so much nicer. Look how much better my video quality is by adding in these lights and these background blurs and everything else, right? To me, absolutely insane. I can even do additional things like, I don't know, so say if I go here into my Nvidia Broadcast, I can do random stuff like, if I do add effect, I can do stuff like auto frame, right? So if I turn that on, look at this. If I start moving now, it will start panning the camera to my face, if that's something that interests you, okay? I don't really like this feature, I think it's quite odd, but I mean, this isn't anything that I need to plug in. All it's doing is overriding my camera as a source, and then it's chucking it back in the background. Absolutely incredible. I can even do stuff like, what's it called? I think this one is eye tracking. I don't really like it. I have quite big eyes, so if I click on it, it'll make it so that I always look at the camera, even though I'm not. As you can see, I'm not, but it will just automatically focus that. And these are my eyes. So if I go here, off, on, off, on. Really weird. Okay, but then you can even do stuff like, what's it called? If I go remove effect, I can do stuff like remove background or background replacement. So I can do stuff like this, right? So now, I've got quite messy hair, so it's doing that quite well. But as you can see, this is the kind of stuff that this software allows me to do. I just prefer a simple background blur, but this is an additional thing that's going to improve your This is an additional thing that's going to improve your video quality, right? My setup isn't the most complicated thing in the world. All I'm doing is just taking my phone, which I think is a pretty modernish smartphone that I plug into my computer using paid software, and then I've chucked on a few lights, random crap I found around the house. I mean, you can definitely do this with other stuff. I've just linked stuff that I use, and they are definitely cheap solutions, right? This is stuff I bought when I was a student, or like I said, a really cheap microphone. And then I've, of course, plugged it into this Nvidia Broadcast, which I think most modern laptops would have. So that is how you improve your video quality really easily. And this goes straight into OBS, right? So as you can see here, if I turn off background strength, it's off, like, as in this is all IvCam in terms of display capture. It's looking at, my video capture, it's looking at this IvCam thing that I have here, right? Or instead of this IvCam straight away, it's looking at the Nvidia Broadcast, which is its own post-process camera, right? So IvCam's one thing, Nvidia Broadcast, and then that's the new output. Like I said, really easy. And that was it for this video, guys. If you did find it helpful, I would very much appreciate if you can leave a like. It does help me out a lot. And if you did actually end up purchasing something for your setup, or you found something really useful, please let me know down below in the comments. I am actually really curious to see what you guys implement in your setup. And that was it for this video. Take care, guys. Cheers.